everyone, good morning. It's just a chat with Bumi Alabi. It's a beautiful Saturday morning and I'm super excited to be here today. Maybe because of my rich auntie attire by MOG. Don't worry, I'll tell you more about this, my boo-boo later on. But today it's a beautiful Saturday morning and I want to ask you, how are you doing? How are you doing? How has been your week? How are you coping with everything happening around you? I will always come here to encourage you that no matter what you're going through, no matter the situation that is happening around you, just know that you are not alone. Please do find someone trusted you can talk with. I just want to tell you and to encourage you that you're watching me right now. I believe we're all going through one thing or the other, and I know you might be going through a challenging situation that you're asking that, when will this be over? Is this how everything is going to continue? I want to encourage you that it's not going to last forever. It's just a season and a phase of your life, and it's going to turn out to a positive testimony for you by the grace of God. So I want to welcome you to this beautiful Saturday morning once again. And today I'm excited again because I have my beautiful sister beside me, my one and only celebrity stylist. The one that is, she's the secret behind my look almost every time we just a chat, and that is no one but our amazing superwoman MOG.
Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, ma.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Thank you. Thank you for beautifying me all the time.
Thank
This
God.
is MOG, rich auntie clothes. I told someone, I said, I want to be dressing like a mommy. Sorry, my son, they are very vocal. They will tell mommy, I like the way you dress like mommy now.
Wow.
I said, oh, so what I like to dress like. I'm still young, but I put on one of the boo she did for me, and people were like, this is lovely on you. I said, oh, really? I think I'll do more of this rich auntie. No matter my account balance, I know I will encourage myself.
Sure.
We are not going to fake it till we make it. You said something the other time that
it's packaging, not
package,
fake.
package the
it's
look.
just packaging.
Yes. And today, we have our super amazing, exceptional,
Yes, ever ready.
The friend of my bestie. Hey, my pastor, my friend, my brother. What again? The one and only impeccable daddy, our only daddy, in the house today.
It's nice to be here. It's nice to be here. I'm excited because
Because of what?
Because you are ready for us.
today is today.
It's been a while. It's been a while. We've had you on Just a Chat, and we're happy to have you back.
I'm happy to be here, and I also commend you. You guys are doing a great work.
Thank you.
sir.
Your work is amazing. We're getting the feedback. Sometimes I join to watch, your repeat broadcast and see the comment of people. So keep it up.
Thank you.
People are talking, that is impacting lives. So I want to commend you.
Thank you very much.
Great job.
And how is our Auntie Bosse?
She's doing fine. She's doing fine. Like somebody will say that she's there doing what the Lord has called her to do.
And doing what Bro David also wants
Want
her
her
to
to do.
Because that one too is
It's
important.
important,
I know my friend is an obedient, calm lady, and always trying to just flow along with you, all rounder. I'm not saying much. I'm not here to put you on hot seat, so that's why I'm trying to be as calm as possible. I can see the glory of God in the life of my friend. I can see, they say, see a woman, see how well a man is doing, check his wife.
Yes.
So I can see. Kudos to thumbs up to you, sir.
It is well,
Thank
man.
you
All
for
glory to God.
giving happy, because no, jokes apart now, jokes apart. I want to be serious now. They say if you want to see how someone is looking, he's looking young every day, and it shows that a wife really gives him peace of mind.
Yes, peace.
Because see, if you are looking age as you are looking older than your age, then you have to check. Number one, it's either maybe you have some challenging things around you, and maybe it could be work or job or anything. And if you're going through so many challenges, and at the same time, your partner that should be a solace to you or a comfort to you is not there for you, the person will age and it will really show.
Sure.
So you understand, and I think that is very important. It's
Good point.
friend is taking care of you.
Yes,
So, well, I can see
yes.
reflecting on you. Thank you. Somebody saw my picture and my husband sometimes they say, ṣé you fẹ́ dàgbà ṣá pé what are you using? Ṣé o ń lo àjídéwé? You know, like he's looking younger. I said, okay, we
Yes,
don't take things so difficult on ourselves, you know. Even though we don't have all the things and we want everything, no, it's not.
Or like
about that.
the singles, they will say, "Let us breathe,
Let us breathe."
And then you are breathing. Let
Yeah,
all of us breathe together.
Let us breathe together.
Yes, so
if we tell you what is
nobody-
happening,
Let everybody
as
breathe
what people are going
together.
through, you know, you say, I don't want to do this again, but we are trying to manage things, manage situations. There are so many
Yes.
things that could make people say, oh, I quit. I don't want to do it again. But
Sure.
at the same time, we keep managing things and we're working it through. You understand? So, Bro David, you're welcome. I want to call you Bro David because
I love that.
you love it. I love to call you that because it makes you look as if I'm teasing you.
Yeah.
I'm a
I
brother.
love it. I do love it. I love to make it like, you know, I know you are my pastor. I respect and I'm but I don't want to bring you here and give you that pastor. When you get to church,
No,
we
no,
do that.
I even love it. Call me Brother David. Brother David, it's okay.
Okay, Sam. So what we are here to do, you know, we always discuss some things behind the scene, and you know, it looks like normal gist, but at the same time, it's reality of what people are really going through.
Yeah.
You know, talking about, oh, we want women to be doing this for us, and women are requesting for this. Oh, why is my husband not doing it? I think I've challenged my husband before, and I think Emoji challenged her husband too, and I was like, okay. It seems I'm not alone on this table. We are plenty. So let's quickly break the whole table and scatter it so that we will now rearrange the table. You know, when women begin to say, my husband is not appreciating me, he's not commending me, I will dress, I will look good, I will do everything. He will not even look as if he sees me, he's not really valuing me. Does he really? And we begin to ask a lot of questions. I say, does he really care? Does he really love me? Is there something? Is he appreciating someone else? You know, a lot of
Yes,
you
yes,
know,
you
because
have.
you keep asking your question because some things you really wanted him to do is not doing it. And you know, men will be asking, what do women really want? But we don't want to start from there. We want to start from the angle whereby men will always be saying, is it only you that want to be at the receiving end? Don't men too need words of affirmation? Don't they need to be appreciated? Don't they need to be valued? Don't they need to do this? You know, you keep saying it. And that's why we want to know, so that you will speak on behalf of all
the
men. That what do
Men
men really want from?
Well-
Again, calm down. Let me land now.
Okay.
What do men really want from their wives? I won't generalize now. What do men really want from their wives?
Yeah, it's a relative question because men differ from one to another. You know.
Okay.
And as to say that I'm going to represent the generality of men might be very
Vague.
ambiguous for me to
Okay.
occupy because I have to be very sincere. So I
Okay.
might not be able to speak generally to represent all the view of men because we have different perceptions and understanding and where we are brought up. But then the reality of it is that I'm able to say that if you see any man that is happy in a home, maybe between him and his wife, there is something behind it.
Okay.
There is no doubt. I have seen a woman that received a car gift from his husband or her husband, brand new car, and then he looked at her husband and said, "You don't love me." I mean, that broke the man up. Came to me, the pastors, and like, can you imagine? My wife said, "I don't love her." After all this and I've done, I mean, not talking about brand new. I think it was Benz.
Chateroba.
It was my pastor's youth pastor that I was sharing with us. I mean, it was something else. And so the bottom line is, what is good for you might not be good for another. But I realize that every woman needs a word of appreciation. It might not be their primary. Even our children, they need it.
Yeah.
The same way, men, no matter how tough, if you appreciate a man, he will feel on. Even though they are trying to feel somehow, inside of them, they're on top of the world. Wow. That's the truth. I'm telling you because, but the mistake a lot of women made is this. When my husband is not appreciating me, blah, 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 the reality is that the one that is talking to you outside, in code, that is a man, that is appreciating you, you have not stayed with him for 2 months. He has not understand. He doesn't understand the kind of person you are. Permit to use the word Georgie in the same bed.
You've not seen each other's.
You've not seen him or seen her. Or. The reality is that when you begin to stay together as husband and wife, you see finish. It takes another level of commitment, deliberate. Let me use the word deliberate now to begin to say I want to appreciate him or her. When I talk to people, this one. Counseling for marriage now. I love him, I love her, he's teasing you. And I asked the man, first of all, this woman is a you will love. In the next 9 months, if God answer prayer, Tommy will shoot out you. Body structure will change. Will you say the same thing? So mostly because we see ourselves more. If it is not deliberate, you might not see a need to say, thank you. Oh, I appreciate you. Oh, you're looking good. That's a deliberate act. So the person that is, you are making, this person is appreciating me. Does he do it for his wife at home? The man that is doing it for you, does he do it for his wife at home? So if it's not, because you just see it partly, you don't know her. I was talking to a sister who was saying there are a lot of men outside there. I don't care about my husband. I said, madam, calm down. If that man, you say, they're out there, if they stay with you for 3 months, you see them or we usually say, they roll them with, you understand? So the reality is that we have to be intentional. Let me use that word because it's a very common word these days. I was telling my wife, you understand? Let me use that word. Let's be intentional. If you are not intentional, you will not be able to see the need for you to appreciate your spouse. We need it, to be very candid. When you say thank you.
As a man,
yes, right? To be very candid. When you appreciate us for little things we are doing. You know, let me talk on the angle of maybe the man is not, doesn't have the financial wherewithal like that of woman, for example, but then he's doing some other things to complement. Now you see no need. A pastor was sharing with us on Sunday that how that a man who set up a business that worth of 10 million naira for his wife, and then something that happened to the man, then financially is going down. The wife is now looking like he's the boss. She's the boss in the home now. I'm the one paying everything. A business that your husband set for you, a 10 million naira worth of business. And I said, it's because of such a time like this, he possibly set it up. Sweetheart, thank you for all of this. You understand? He will feel, even though he's not having the financial work with that, the man in him will come up. So we like it, to be very candid. Even though it might not be primary language for some other people, but there is no woman, there's no man that will not say will not like appreciation. That's the truth. Okay,
I think word of appreciation. You know, I think was it 2 weeks ago or something that we were talking like, okay, why do men now say they want to go out? You know, we're talking about the cheating spouse. I think we can just like link that one to it. So we talk about it because, you know, we see men saying, okay, talking about men that have maybe spouses, maybe it could be man or female that have maybe work spouse, maybe husband at work, wife at work. Do you understand? And they give a complaint that, okay, my wife at home is not giving me peace of mind, it's not giving me this, it's not give you different reasons, and you keep asking, and some women will be like, after there are some men that they give them everything but and they still go out to look for something else outside. So what are they looking for?
Okay, the word of men are explorative.
Okay.
Men are very explorative, and that's why I said if you are
explorative, they have to explore.
That can be used negatively. It's designed by God, to be very candid. All right? So if you are not deliberate and intentional to stay committed to your home, you will see a need to check out.
To check out, to check what is happening
outside, to explore.
Even without anything happening.
Let's be very candid.
That's what we want.
If you are not deliberate to how the fear of God possibly is in you, and you are like, this is my home, I'm committed to make it work, you will see a need. The same thing happened to woman. You will see a need to say, maybe that one outside. But once there is a commitment that I want to make this one work, because when you say lies is what I wanted to talk about, because some people say because of this is because there's reason why somebody will go and do this. But yet somebody do all of them and the woman will still go out. Man will still go out. That means it's not really because of that. It's because there is a lack of commitment to what you believe in to make it work. I tell you, I'm going to do some studies. What is it that causes a lot of divorce in the home? And I was shocked to see lack of commitment top the list. Lack of commitment, not sex, not money. It topped the list of the main reason why we have a lot of divorce. Because you see options. You are not ready to commit yourself to this one to make it work. he mess me, he make me look somehow, he doesn't respect me, so I have options, somebody will respect me. You are not committed to it. Why is he not respecting me? Why is he going out? What is it that I'm doing that I'm not doing again? Because this is the man that was chasing you before.
Sure.
Two of you
But
are top of it together.
Or what, you don't think it's over familiarity? Maybe
That is
They're
what, that's,
saying,
what-
yes,
that's what I
that is
said.
finished.
That over
That's the way
familiarity
this-
will now, you have to now talk to yourself. In spite of familiarity,
I have
this
to be
one, I'm
intentional.
committed to make it work. I'm telling you what works for me. It's a reality.
Sorry, because you know there are sometimes, sorry for cutting you, I just
Yeah.
want us to really talk more about it, because sometimes you see that, okay, some weaknesses we see in a partner while we were dating, maybe during courtship.
Yeah.
It's not
That
that
we
maybe
don't
that you see,
amplify.
yes, it's not that they are not
It's
there.
not that, but
You
we're
now
not
see
looking at
details.
it.
But we feel
Yeah.
like, okay, we can manage
Manage
these
it.
things.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
now get into the real thing,
Yeah.
and the thing now get, maybe
Yeah.
it's now got amplified, and you see it so this lady is not even caring as I thought. So this is not even submissive, and you believe that I can't, that commitment, you know, it's easier, it's easy to say it, but I want us to really talk about, because like now for you now, you base having a successful home that there won't be all this going out, looking out. You make it a kind of anchor or foundation that holds the home together. So let's talk about that commitment. How
Okay.
committed can you be to
Can-
somebody that
yes.
is, or what do you feel? Emoji,
Yes,
let me-
because you are here to also help people that lack that commitment. How can they be committed to their home, to make their home work, instead of going out?
Okay. The truth is, either the man or the woman,
Yes.
two of them need commitment.
Sure.
So, but let's talk from the angle of man.
Okay.
Why? Because after you have done all of these things, you are doing all this, especially of you as a woman, that you think can get your man, but yet he's still going out. So
Yes.
that means there is an underlying factor. And I can
That
tell
the woman
you
is not doing.
that is causing him to go. It might not be from the angle of the woman.
Okay.
Because the reality is that until you see a role you need to play in making your marriage work, the two party, you begin to cast blame at all time. You need to speak to yourself, what is my role to make this thing work? That's why I talk about commitment. Even though you see your wife or your spouse to have these negative, what's it called, maybe shortcomings, and you still say, this is who I want to stay committed. I am ready to make this one work.
How many men can
Can
say
say that.
even though
That's
this
what I'm
woman
saying. Men are looking for a way to-
wait, sorry, I'm sorry,
explore.
I'm sorry. You said, you mentioned that men are
Yes,
explorers,
yes.
and you keep
So-
seeing a woman that keep putting you down, that maybe is doing something, maybe she doesn't know how to dress,
No.
and you see a secretary at work that dresses well.
Yeah.
You see somebody, a secretary that, and do you know what side chick will do? They will look at the weakness.
The weakness of the one in the house.
And it's not that they don't have
Yes,
their
they
own
work
weakness.
on that.
So they work on that weakness of
Yes,
the wife, and
to
the
gain
man will
your
not feel,
attention.
okay, my wife is not doing this. So, and this lady at
Yes.
my office is doing it. She's respectful. She's this and that. And
Yeah,
they will-
I understand what
You
you're talking
understand what
about,
I'm
but the
saying?
reality is that we are talking at, you said after men, women have done all of these things. Because
Exactly.
if people fall in that category. What is it that still push my husband outside? You are respectful, you are skimping at home, you do what is expected, but then after you are the owner, you are the love of my life. We can just fall on your laps and 2 minutes is up.
It's gone
You
again.
like, is his weakness, but I will manage him. So I'm talking to the man now.
Okay.
So if you see that, because if you have to look at one side, it's also good to look at the other.
The other side.
Some women are not doing their role well, to be very candid.
Agree, we agree with that.
So if that is what you are looking at, I can tell you here that you have to do that. But I'm talking of when you are doing all you think is expected. In fact, you even sit your husband down to discuss what is it that I'm doing or that I need to do. And your husband says, I need this. And you are still doing it, but yet this one still happen. It is not the man I'm talking about. Okay. Because I've been in a class where a woman was talking about her husband, this kind of challenge. And then everybody was giving the woman counsel. I said, don't waste your energy. Don't waste your energy, because it's only the woman that's hearing it. The man that is causing the problem is at home.
Okay.
Two of them has to hear it. So from the angle of the man, you must be able to hear that, man, in spite of this, I have my own role to also play to make it work. I have my role to play to make this one work. If you notice that your wife is not doing what is expected, can you sit her down and talk about it? Can you discuss some of the things you expect from her? Not that you are assuming. Like somebody will talk to me that instead of him to talk about it, instead of her to talk about it, he's not acting.
Acting it.
Can we talk about it? I'm not a superhuman. I'm a human being.
I think
All right.
Sorry for cutting. I think the problem with that could be the communication problem at home. When a partner, with a man and a woman cannot sit and communicate together, and not because they don't want to communicate, perhaps from previous communication it has not ended well. Perhaps the wife turned things around.
Of course, it's possible.
And they want to avoid such things.
And the man, if I were to be the man, I would rather just keep off.
Okay, let me give you a scenario talking about the woman aspect.
Okay.
A woman was told that your husband is having a side chick by her friend. I said, no, my husband can't do that. Until one day, she was driving on the road and she sighted her husband's car. Of course, you know her husband, SUV. What's he doing here? So she slowed down. And then by slowing down, she leveled up to see what exactly is going on in the car. And here you are, husband, and then the side chicks in the car. And she didn't whine. She didn't, get out from the car. But the lady saw her, and then while she paused in the course of whatever they are doing in the car, the husband also paused. What is happening? By the time she saw it was his wife. So the wife drove. She didn't get out from the car. So he was expecting fire brimstone when he got home. And the wife didn't talk about it. He welcomed her home and said, sweetheart, you need to eat. Husband was developing a cold feet. What's happening? When you have done something and you don't wag inside, you understand? And come and eat. She was feeling strong. Maybe he has poisoned the food. So that was also going in the mind of the wife. She took the spoon and then she ate from the same food. First day, second day, third day, the woman didn't talk about it. The man couldn't sleep. Sweetheart, I want to talk to you. What's the problem? Please, this is what I noticed. Don't tell me you did not see me 3 days ago. And the wife smiled. I said, who told me I didn't? I saw you, of course. But I asked myself, what is it that I was doing that I stopped doing that made me to sell my husband to a strange woman? That was the end of infidelity in that home. The man knelt down, broke into tears, and then that singular act, changed the narrative. That is the woman that was able to talk to herself now. Because you have to look at, okay, this woman is doing. I'm coming. Okay. I understand what you're saying. Okay. What if a woman is doing that? No, and the husband possibly still go out?
No, that's not. Yes. And the husband, at the end of after this, the man will still go out.
That is where I want to talk about the man. Okay. But that particular man is a kind of man I call the real man. That real man in him comes out. So if my wife, normally, you will see a woman that will tear her husband, display everything, came back. You understand? And to her, that's the best you could do.
Yeah.
But then, like I tell people, you have disrespect yourself. Because you are missing her. You are calling him useless man, the wife of Mr. Useless. That's who you are. But you apply wisdom to get home. So if you have done that and the man still go out, then there is a man that needs to be talked to. That's where I'm coming in, because we need to balance it. Yeah. Man, if you are hearing me, if you are not making a commitment to make it work in the home, nobody will do. Because this thing is not revolving around you. It's also, you have to play your own role to make it work. After your wife have done all of these things, you woman, you have done all of that, and the wife is, then the man needs to talk to, because I do say something. We have a lot of seminar that talks about women, talk about girl child, but we are not talking about men, we are not talking about boys. That's the reality. You see how many women did you have in a year? It's plenty. Who is talking to men? Who are the men listening to? Until recently, I was so excited. I saw a pastor who does what we call men's room. Only men's talk. Only you are gisting is on something cloud. I said, well, I have to just send the link to me. I join. When men talk. All right.
So, sorry, sir. How many men do go out for seminars like that too?
Men
go for, because most men, what is on their head
is to make money.
How many men can go on Google and say, "Let me check how to make my wife
happy."
That's why.
How to love my wife.
That's why this kind of program is here. All right. That's what we are addressing, to enlighten the men. All right. So it's needed. After you make all the money, you think money will make her happy, but yet she's not happy. You give her the money, she's not still giving you the necessary thing, because like you mentioned, peace of mind is what we need, among other things. So if you think money is the whole thing, and you get all the money, the woman is still doing what you don't like, that means not the money. There are things that you need to be addressed. So men should be enlightened too. That's what I'm talking about. We need programs that will enlighten men, so that you don't look at women too as always a victim or the problem causer or whatever. They are the one causing problem. You still need to talk to yourself as a man. They too have emotion. The women, they have feelings, they have things to receive. Let's be very candid. We balance up.
And
I'm always balanced.
Sorry,
to say.
sorry, sir. You know, we're saying something the other time that Auntie Vicky came here that there's nothing a woman should do that will make a man go out. Do you subscribe to that?
It's a
that,
very,
that there's nothing.
It's a relative
Yes.
word.
That
I
there's
will not
nothing
say
a
it.
woman, that no matter what, that there's nothing that is an excuse for him to say he wants to go out, look for solace outside. What do you say? What can
Well,
you say
to some men, they would do, me, it's my own personal vow. But
Okay.
it would be wrong for me to sit down here and think everybody are like that.
Same.
So I
Their
I
level
have
of tolerance,
said,
right?
my own concept is this. I am first of all accountable to God before my wife. And that is clear. But how many men are in that category? Even the one that goes to church. All right? So I don't need my wife to tell me to do what is right before I do it because I'm accountable to God. That's what I tell a guy who was accused by his wife that is cheating on me. I said, sir, he now said it's my wife that caused it. In what way? And I play a role and I say, listen, if he says your wife that caused it, you said your wife is the one that caused all the issues. Just imagine you get to a hotel room with a lady. Because sometimes men will think, I cannot control my emotion. And I say, this is an underlying lie. You get to the room and the lady tell you, sweetheart, or okay, hold on, I want to tell you something. No, what do you want to tell me? I've been expecting you. You know those kind of things. And then I'm HIV positive. That's what the woman will say. Let's go ahead now. I say, your man who will shrink. He say, yes, sir. I said, because you are afraid of death.
Yes.
So who tell you cannot control? Immediately your emotion will shrink.
Yes.
Think about eternal death. That you do this thing, you will die at the end of the day. So because of physical things, you are not. But I was told before that it's not easy to control, but something control it.
Yeah.
In reality. So think about it when you are accountable to God. All right? A woman said, if I see my husband on the top of a woman, nothing is going on. And I said, well, that's a level of trust to have bestowed on your husband. That nothing is going on. Maybe
the woman said that.
Said so.
The woman
And
said,
so can a man also say that if
yes.
I see
Yes.
I've never seen a woman, the man say something like that. Okay.
No, I don't think any man can
so
say such.
It's possible. Some men can say it.
Sir, let me tell you something. We were saying something the other time. You know, I wish he was around. That we say it's like the table is kind of turning around now. That women that they believe that okay, men don't change because there's something that people don't change. Instead of me to be having a headache over a man that will just be going about disturbing my emotion, giving me one heart attack. At least, what if he can do it, look for a solace outside? Let me to look for a man that will be consoling me. That's the trend now, in case you don't know. And I can see the rate at which some women, somebody posted it, you know, things they used to talk about are that, okay, if your man is doing something that you don't like, is cheating on you, a woman should go and watch a war room. Well, if you are too fat, slim down. If you don't cook very well, begin to cook very well, begin to dress well.
After all said and done.
Now they are now reversing the case that a man, if you believe you are not trusting your wife again, maybe with infidelity, man, you to go to your kneel and pray to God that Lord bring back.
That's what we're talking about.
How many men can
do that?
Like what you said, the woman say the other time that
how many man can
the man will see his wife on top of another man and he will say, I still trust. You understand? How many men can their hotness, can it really accept that?
Okay.
I wanted to see, you know, we're talking about what men really want, but you know, it's diversifying in different angles.
It's intertwined.
Now.
You can't remove some certain
exactly.
things. You want to talk about what man wants. The reason why I have to, I think the time is up already. So the reason why I needed to talk about that is we must balance.
Okay.
This one have done all of this you mentioned now.
Yes.
But this man is still out. What has to be done? That means men to be talked to. And that is the reality. We have little talk on men's group talking. Our wife will go to be one carry back to go to seminar.
Yes.
Our wife will want to go and attend a parenting class.
Yes.
You understand? That is very candid. It's the reality. We can't be chasing money at the end of the day. We leave some things off. It's there and it's staring at you at face. You need to talk to yourself. I have to stay committed to make this work. What will I do too as a man to play my role to make this marriage work? I must not give headache to... You know there are men that are giving their wife headache?
Yes.
I won't sit there to be talking as if it's only woman that's giving... There are men that give their wife headache. They are the prayer point of their wife from morning to night. Yes. My husband must not see outside. After you lose skimpy, you go and learn skimpy work. You do all those ones. But my husband, he still have a child. In fact, he do something. To be very candid, these are major things that go on today. And women are now being taught that they should manage it.
Manage.
Yeah.
That's the truth. But then men also have to be talked to.
Manage.
You are accountable to God. Stay committed to the vow you made. Stay committed to the things you said on the altar. All right? You have to. It's all that you need. And enjoy it when you need to be there. And lastly, when I have said it before, maybe one of your shows, when they talk about sex, when is only the man that is initiating it all time, every time, there's always a comma somewhere. Because a lot of women are falling in this area. But recently I was hearing a woman who was talking about it, who said you cannot invite your husband for sexual intercourse. Those ones you are talking outside, they are the ones chasing men. You to chase your men outside.
Okay, that means this can also, as in, push the man hard.
It's part of the things to
If
tame it.
a woman does not make advance.
Yes, all the time. And when the man is even making it, he's struggling. He's struggling to get himself now, wahala.
Because his mind is
You understand?
His mind is not in it. He's already thinking of how to make money. And I think, see, Sam, I know this topic
It's a long talk.
is wild, actually, because, well, the main thing is we really want to make things right. We want to,
Yeah.
because as it is from the male side, it is from the women's side. And we are not trying to strike a balance. You know, you mentioned, the main word you mentioned is that commitment.
Yeah.
Commitment. And finally, I want you to really emphasize on it. Commitment. We're talking about what men really want from women. You know, we can't, you know, we've been talking about this several times on this show, that men, they want a woman that will respect them, that will do this, that will do that, and everything, so that they can, we can, maybe, should we say, have them, I don't know, you know.
So that we can have a happy home.
The topic,
every woman wants a happy home.
Yes.
You know, but you don't want a man that will not be committed to you. You know, so that commitment, you know, we know we are working towards perfect. We are not perfect.
We are not.
We all have our weaknesses, you know, but as much as we are trying to do some things to make our man to be happy, we don't want to be a bottleneck for them. So, what do they call it? We want them to have peace of mind. What are the things? How can they be committed to us? You know, I think we are still going to talk about women, how women can do to be committed to our husband. You know, sometimes we try to just overlook it and say, it's man that should be doing the whole thing, but you understand. But I wanted to talk about that commitment part so that we just emphasize it in just a few minutes before we just run.
Okay, it's key, but you see, the point I wanted to look at from your topic is, what does men want?
Yes.
It's a very, very general word, because we are talking from different angles now. What does men want so that they will not go and have to cheat on me?
Yes.
That's another topic.
Yes.
Some men doesn't cheat outside, but their wife give them headache at home because they don't respect them. They don't give them peace of mind. Like I say something, you can get sex outside, you can get love outside, but peace of mind is what a man is actually looking for. So if you are talking of what does man want so that they will not go outside to cheat, is one topic. What does man really want generally is another topic. Do you understand? So time will not permit us. But then the reality is that if you want to make marriage work, it will involve the two parties making it work. Don't put it on your partner alone. That is one that will make it work. You have to be involved in raising children, in getting committed to one another's need, emotional, physical need. It has to be deliberate. Two of us have to be committed. We talk it out. Myself and my wife, we did yesterday, I mean this morning, or yesterday night, we talked some things, and we are improving every day. It's not that that's how we started before. I remember when we got married, it's like, you don't want me to talk? You don't want me to talk? The narratives have changed, all right? Because environment is coming from different from my own. So we have to balance it up. But the reality is that you have to be committed and intentional about the commitment that this marriage must work. I mean, my pastor was sharing very wonderful stuff on Sunday, tips, very wonderful, that he has to. You understand? It's key. So men that are doing that has not been taught the need for them to stay committed. They don't see need. It's not about money making. You will go and sit at home or you meet your husband, your wife. Make a deliberate attempt to learn what makes this marriage work as a man from your angle, not just what my wife should do for me at all time. And then when the woman is also doing her part, you are doing your part. Peace of home, love in the marriage. I mean, what's it called? A successful marriage becomes inevitable. Love your wife, not when he submit to you. Honor or submit to your wife, not when he loves you. We are the one that give you conditions. Do your part, let me do my part. I can tell you, peace in home is inevitable.
Wow, that's so thoughtful. You know?
Yes.
And I think what I pick from that is having a learnable and teachable spirit as a man. A resolute mindset that I want this home to work.
Walk.
Sorry.
Excuse me. You know, not basing it on, okay, because you do this to me, I'm going to do this back. Because you've already made your commitment, your vow to God, that I want to love this woman. You know, that vow in marriage, you know, we don't really follow it. Yes, you know, let me hear from you, Nasli.
No, that vow that you're talking about is like people that did their traditional wedding. I don't think they have that opportunity to make that vow. So that one is one thing by the side. But there's one thing I picked from what he said, and I think it's very important, because we women, we don't take it as important. But as the way he said it, I think it's very important. You know, most times we always say our men doesn't appreciate us, our men does not appreciate us. But do we appreciate them? Must we wait till they give us something, or they give us money or anything before we appreciate them? We should always, because our wife, or I mean his wife always says something. He said, if you have somebody that doesn't know how to love, teach the person how to love. You are complaining that your husband doesn't appreciate you. Do you appreciate him? Okay, appreciate him to teach him that it's important and it is necessary to appreciate people. So I want to talk to women. Let's always appreciate. I'm talking to myself too. Let's always learn to appreciate our men. And it takes commitment, and you have to be intentional, determination. You have to be determined. Because we get carried away, honestly, to appreciate men. We always want that from them. But do we give them back?
Yeah, it's key.
So I think it's very key.
It's important. As in, whatever you love to take, learn to give it.
Learn to give it.
Learn to give it. Men, we believe that, okay, you love to be appreciated. You know, it's not all about us. You like it.
You like it. They love it.
They love it. You know, there was a time I had to tell, I think I was talking about something, I posted something that saying thank you to someone is important. You know, it might look so, and you know, immediately I just had to put my phone, and I just wrote, thank you, honey. I just sent it to my husband. And, you know, I know he will be shocked. I'll be like, you are welcome. I just say, thank you for loving me. Thank you for taking care of me, for taking care of my kids. You know, I didn't want to expatiate. You know, I like to expatiate. Even though in the time that I don't deserve it, thank you for still loving me. Thank you for doing this. You know, you try all means to do this. You know, just a simple thank you. Appreciate him for what he has done. If you appreciate him for what he has done, he will do more.
Yes.
Appreciate their look.
Yes.
As if they are not looking, as you know that it's your duty for your husband to look good.
Yes.
You understand? We're saying if your husband's hair is unkept, tell him, honey, you need to go and shave. You know, not that you just talk that, see your beard, you know, because it's your glory. It's you they are going to talk about. I see your husband is not looking well. I don't joke with that when it comes to my husband. I tell him, if I don't like something, I tell him. If I have money, I don't mind go on shopping and shop for my husband. There are ways I want him to look. You know, I know men love that. So women, if you are hearing me this morning, please give your man the best you can give. The best in your capacity. Don't say because he's not doing this for you. Do it for him. For a man that has stayed committed to you and is ready to love you, that is even your husband, that you can call your husband, because except you are not proud to say, oh, he's my husband. Sure. Once you have been committed, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person, then you have to do everything possible to bring out the man in him, which is value, respect, dignity. And even before your children, before your people, don't put your man down before people. I think that's very, very important. There's no man that, you know, when we always read the Proverbs 31 woman and say, you know, it's difficult to be, but the Proverbs 31 woman, we are not there yet. You know, she will wake up 5 a.m., she will do everything.
Without complaining.
What her husband will do?
Without complaining.
The husband will sit down at the gate with the king.
After the whole whatever, I didn't see where they said that she
complained.
Yes,
you understand? So please, you know, it's easier said than done, but please, let's be intentional about it.
Let's appreciate our men.
Our man. They will love it. They want it. Give it to them. Tell them, thank you. I love you. Say it to them. They love to hear, I love you.
Yes, not only you.
No,
you
not
receive.
Give too. Give to me. Anyway,
everything
on behalf of myself and myself, Aki Alabi, I love you.
I love you too, my husband. Thank you so much for everything.
Call his name. Call his name.
Tayo, I love you. Thank you so much for
Right.
everything. I appreciate you.
On behalf of my friend, our bestie, she loves you so much. She cares for you. You are the best man that could ever handle her. wherever, anywhere, all around.
Ooh.
All right, on this note, we are going to call it a wrap. Please, women, say that to your husband wherever
Yes,
he is.
please.
Now, say something
Not
nice.
once, please.
Yes,
Let
say
it be
it continuously.
request.
Say something
Yeah.
nice to your husband because they are your glory. On this note, this is where we're going to wrap it up on Just a Chat today. I believe you've learned something from us today from our discussion, and thank you, Daddy Avalon,
Thank you
for
so much.
It's a privilege to
for
be here.
coming
Thank you so
here
much for
again.
having
We
me.
believe it
Thank
will call you.
I learned something today,
Yes,
and
a
it's a
lot.
very
Yes,
great
we are
thing.
learning, we are learning. We are not there yet. I'm not there yet. We are learning every day. So we believe you come anytime we call you again.
Sure.
That's your pleasure.
All right, on this note, we're going to wrap it up on Just a Chat. I believe you've been blessed today. Till we come your way again next time, next week, by God's grace. Stay well,
Yes,
stay out of
so-
trouble, be happy, ensure that your happiness is important more than anything.